Good afternoon, internet peeps, and this is a special video for Marky. I promised him when he was doing his live stream that I'd show some of the cars that I had. I'm sure there's many that I missed while I was having a shave, but here are the ones I promised him. And I'll bring this one up close first because this is probably one of the rarest. This is the Lincoln. That's the Batman car is based upon. It's got a metal base. Yes, it has got real rider tyres. It's from the Boulevard series. A very cool car that I have not seen anywhere on the internet. I did have to pay up for this. A buddy of mine over in Manchester had them. Steve Billy. He knows who he is. I bought them from him. He's trying to cash some of his collection in at the moment. And I was lucky enough to pick up some great stuff, including this heart-to-heart car, the Beetle out of Footloose, to mention a few. Now here's another rare car. This is the ID Chase. I was so lucky to find this. It's not really my bag. I did have a batmobile as a boy, but it was a slightly bigger scale. And I remember it being Christmas, and it had a bat boat on the back on the trailer, and I was that keen to get into the box. Even to this day, it annoys me that I threw away the little yellow pellets that were on the inside of the box to go in the rocket launcher at the back. I was so miffed, but my mother was chuffed because she knew I couldn't fire them at people then. Not that I'd have done that, she'd have given me a right good item, but there we are. I didn't have much as a child, so that's probably why I have so many cars now. But there you are, the ID one. I haven't seen one on the internet. This is the first. It's the first sort of like super chase I've found, because there seems to be a lot in America, but I've found very few here. I have found standard chases, but this is the first sort of like super. I've just bought the standard one. I got this fairly cheap. It's just a straight black, and with a plastic base and plastic tyres, and I've had this one for a while. I like this one. This is the first one I picked up, and I was quite happy just to have one, to be fair. This is the sort of like black with blue highlights with a blue tinted hood. Okay, and that's if anybody wants to know, this display was out of a Majorette 5-pack I had recently. I just thought it was quite cool with the Route 66. Anyway, we'll crack on. This is the last one I seen Marky looking at, and his one is in red, and I'd never seen that one before. It's very cool, but I don't really go for low riders. So if you notice, this sort of like emblem that's way out on his is further in, because I opened this. I made a new sort of like housing for each of the wheels, which I've come up with a new idea since then. I've refined my idea, which I'll show on the next one I do. But the stance of that is so much better, and also you can now see the driver's seat in there, where it's so that far back in the van before you can't see it. It just disappears. But it's a pretty cool van. I think it's cooler now than its standard look. But then there's a few others. That's the Princess Leia one. I forget what this moulding's called. I should really have checked it before I did the link, but I wanted to get this on for Mark. But there's the Princess Leia one. Here's the Spoiler Sport Darth Vader. Got a few Spoiler Sports, not many. A white one and a green one, the vintage ones. Some of them have the glass in the back. There's a few differences. That one's got the parachute. But to be fair, that was the only one I really wanted, but I picked up the others. And this is the Tucker Torpedo. This is quite a hard car to find. It's got a metal base, plastic tyres, and this was made in the 50s, I believe, by a man called Tucker. And the other manufacturers got together and forced him out of business. He came up with a lot of new innovations in cars. He was the first one to make headlines turn with the wheels, which is only something that's put in with cars now. He was a bit of a fly-by-night and a bit of a wide boy, but he did make things happen. There is a film with Jeff Bridges all about it, which I've watched bits of, and that goes all the way through if anybody wants to look at that. I think it's just called Tucker. But there you go, that's interesting. There's an interesting piece of history about American cars. I know very little about it, but I hope I've whetted your appetites there. These are the hill climbers I was telling Marky about. This one's an Alfa Romeo. And the front focus. They couldn't use the true Martini livery, which I prefer, but that's pretty good. Nice one. Like a body kit Porsche. Sorry, I didn't prepare for this video. I haven't got all the names on hand, but if you want to know exactly what they are, just message me and I'll give you a full description. All got metal bases because they're premium. All got real riders. This one is probably the best of the bunch. The Audi Quattro. Killer wheels. Nicely says Audi and Quattro on the back there. Number 1. Yellow base. Very cool. And this one, I think offhand, have a look, make sure. Oh, it's a Volkswagen, so sort of like a they made it especially for hill climbing apparently, and that is just immense. Again, all metal, rubber tyres, spoiler at the back. Nice car. And there's also a little what's this one? Ford RS 2000 RS, a Ford RS anyway. Little dinky thing. Quite cool though. It's nice that the Hot Wheels are now putting decals on the front and back. It makes all the difference. Makes all the difference in the world. This is a nice one with a proper Martini livery. I just thought I'd throw in. This is a Spider, Porsche Spider. This is done by a company called Schuco. So it's all metal. I think it's screwed together. Real riders. They do a black one of this, but why would you want a black one when there's one with Martini livery? Lovely car. These are a very cool car in my opinion. A Carabo Bertone, made by Dinky. These are a remake, but Matchbox did one of these, and it was only 1:64 scale. This is slightly bigger. I think it's 1:43. But it does it more justice. It does have a plastic base, but it's quite a good quality plastic one. I like the colours. That's what drew it to me. Orange is always a... But this came in a 2-pack. Came from France, so there's a red one too. They're not cheap, and they're not widely available, but there is a few sellers with them, so if you want to pick those up. These ones I'm particularly pleased with because I've just got these from the States, and this is a Jada 47 cab over engine Ford, I believe. I just like, I don't go for the low stance, but I won't mess with that when it looks right. I like the cab over engines, and it just looks brilliant with the Pepsi. I absolutely adore it. Yeah, it's not made particularly well on the bottom. The plastic's a bit flimsy. The doors don't open. But it's got Pepsi on it, and it's a Ford COE. I love it. I absolutely adore that one. So thanks to Thomas for that one. And along with this Oldsmobile Super 88, which I went out of my way for. You just don't see. Nobody's done one of these recently. The hood does open. So I'm only doing it one-handed, and this is quite difficult in this stance. But metal base. Real riders. Really chuffed with that one. That's a great car. And also from that one, a Dodge Charger. It doesn't look much like a Charger, but it is. Take it from me. There's an opening hood. Maybe I can show you that one because it's going to stay open. And Lovely blue colour. Anything with a fastback in my opinion is great. All metal, real riders. You see the logo on the back. Lovely front as well. Just an all round great car. These a lot of people have shown, but they're hard to get in the UK. And these are the hot hatchbacks from, is it Greenlight? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Greenlight. Very nice. The hood does open on this one. It's a bit tricky to get open, but it's got some nice detail in there, if you can see it. Quite cool. Okay, and nice detail at the back. Just an all-round cool car, really. And there's a rally version, and the bonnet does open on this. There we go, number 7. The rally lights do come up with a bonnet. Oh, damn. Number 7. Shaking a bit. Valvoline. Cool. Never noticed that in the back before. I haven't had this very long. All metal real riders. I'll just give you another look at this purple one, because I believe I was shaking a bit. So it's difficult, but Marky was on 3 hours, so at least I can do is have a go for him. And these are some of the wheel swaps I've done on some majorettes, and Warren might want to see these, so these are on for Warren. He's sold me some cool majorettes today, so I'm very grateful to him. He wants to trade in for some mini GT, and I can understand why that's the case. Majorettes sometimes put on awful wheels, but it is quite easy to change them out. Has sort of like a metal sort of like piece of wire that's quite taut that gives it the suspension, and it's quite easy to sort of like cut off the wheels and then lift up and put a new set of wheels in. Yeah, the doors open on this one, and they do very, very well, because I believe Dicky own them now. The Germans own them, and they do a good job. They're still made in France, but I don't know what makes them better, whether it's the German influence or what. And this is the one that Warren's got for sale, and I've already got it and I've changed it up. Again, changed it out for, these are pullback wheels off cheap pullback cars. You can't really use the rear one, that's in the clockwork mechanism, but you can use the front one quite easily. They do a cracking paint job, Majorette, much like the Spec Straight Flame paint on with the Hot Wheels. A couple of Hot Wheels here. I think these are called Hill Climbers, funny enough. I've only got 2. Got the bikes on the back. Again, I've changed out the wheels. Cool. Obviously plastic base, and now it's got real riders because I've changed it out. Number 2. And the other one's number 11. Next 11. This is quite an interesting car. I've seen it shown once or twice. This is for the upcoming Fast and Furious film. Let me have a look what it is. Oh, it's a Supra. Toyota Supra. Doesn't look like much like one with this body kit on, but it is. I bought it because it's orange, and the Fast and the Furious. Tomer could really do some nice cars. All the plastic base is there, and it's got plastic wheels. They do well with the wheels, and they tie it together well. Black and orange. I'm always a player with black and orange. These were the cheap cars I was on about. I was lucky enough to buy these dirt cheap, and they're much better than I thought, because both of them have metal bases. This is an Impala. What a car, what a car. It's a treasure hunt as well, by the way. Super treasure hunt. I'm absolutely blown away by that. And the GTO, which is better, because the hood opens on the GTL. Great car, absolutely love it, absolutely love it. So surprised it had a metal base, obviously plastic tyres, but what a car for just a mainline that somebody's found, and luckily I bought it for a song. I love it, absolutely love it. Immaculate because it came out of a packet, it wasn't so loose. I bought them both in packets. So there you go, Mark. I'll do some more shortly, but that was especially for Mark. Stay well. Bye.